Would you like to make a poofy, big, impressive Christmas wreath? Well, today we are making a Cruffle, also known as Woodland Ruffle wreath. This is going to be big. This is going to be beautiful. This is the sign we're going to be using. It's a Dollar Tree Plus sign. It was $3. And we are using all gorgeous traditional colors, just like Santa over here. It's going to be red, white, and green. If that wasn't enough, I have a treat for you. Today is the Christmas wreathathon. Yes, my friends, here is who's joining me. I know you're looking at faces that you recognize in the wreath making community, and they are all superstars, and I have the pleasure and the honor to call them also my friends. In the description box below, I will list all of their channels, and also in the description box and pinned to the top of the comments, you will find a playlist where all of their videos from today's wreathathon are going to be. Sorry guys, as I was recording, this one over here started meowing and asking to come up. As I was saying, this is going to be so much fun, so grab the drink of your choice, hit that playlist when you're done watching this video, and if you don't know one of the creators, let them know that Nadia sent you. With that being said, let's get started on our fun and beautiful Christmas wreath. Supplies we're going to need for this wreath. For the base of the wreath, we're going to be using 2 rolls of Deco Mesh. They can be the same color or different colors like I'm using, but they need to be 10 inches in width and 10 yards in length. The 3rd roll of Deco Mesh that you see is decorative Deco Mesh. Let me take the plastic off. This is such a gorgeous decorative mesh. You could see the snowflakes and how iridescent this is. I can't even tell you how elegant and gorgeous this Deco Mesh is. You're going to need 15 pipe cleaners that are 12 inches in length. When it comes to the ribbon, I'm going to be using 2 different kinds of candy cane stripe. This one is from Costco and it's 1.5 inches. It's wired. This one is from the Dollar Tree. It's also 1.5 inches and wired. The sign, it is 10 inches by 13, and yes, it is a metal sign. To attach the sign, I am going to be using some floral wire, and to cover the back of the wreath, this time I'm going to be using a placemat, and I am also going to use 3 zip ties to attach it. For the base of the wreath, we are using a 14-inch metal wreath form. When it comes to preparing our pipe cleaners, it's super simple. We are going to fold them in half and cut them. Then I'm going to take them and fold them in a little V. And now it's time to get our Deco Mesh ready. Let's whip out our calculator. 10 yards is 360 inches. We're going to divide that by the 15 pieces that we know we're going to need per roll. There's my 15, and that's going to give us 24. So we could cut this Deco Mesh up to 24 inches. If you want to be safe, just do 23, you'll be fine. But the longest we can cut our Deco Mesh is 24 inches in width. I have my trusty rotary cutter that I'm going to be using. I overlapped my Deco Mesh, cutting at about 23.5 inches. Give that 1/2 inch as my little security blanket. Roll up both pieces together and put them in a laundry basket. And by the way, I forgot to mention how beautiful my decorative mesh is. I am absolutely loving the green with the white, the red with the white. So stunning. If you are wondering where I purchased any of my supplies, I always have a list in the description box below the video. When it comes to our decorative Deco Mesh, this one is really strong. This is high quality Deco Mesh. This is not going to fray like a normal Deco Mesh. So I'm going to be cutting it at, believe it or not, 5 inches in width. That's it. And it's going to make little curls that are going to stay. So let me show you, in case you don't believe me, because I mean, really, look at this. Going to wiggle, 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 no fraying. So when I mean this is high quality, I mean this is high quality. So I'm going to need 30 of these. If you are using regular Deco Mesh, you definitely want to cut these into 10-inch strips, and you don't have to make 30 of these. You can get away with making 15 and attaching them to every other Cruffle. Our decorative mesh is all done. Now let's get started on the ribbon. Start with our Costco ribbon. I'm going to need 15 pieces at 12 inches each. Zigzag up, and then we're going to make dovetails. Fold the ends in half on both sides and cut out a little triangle, making sure to cut the part where the ribbon folds over so that we have a beautiful dovetail. Same thing with our second ribbon. We're going to do 15 pieces, 12 inches in length. Since the Dollar Tree ribbon is only 3 yards in length, you're going to need 2 rolls. And same thing, I'm making dovetails. It's time to get started on our Woodland ruffles, and we're going to need the help of some sort of a clamp. This is a big Dollar Tree clamp, but I mean, really, you can use a clothespin and be just fine. Since I have 2 colors, let's talk about what we're putting together. So the green one is going to go with this ribbon and 1 curl, and then the red one is going to go with this ribbon and also 1 curl. Let's get started with the Cruffles. We want the edge to be rolling away from the table, and we're going to do 2 to 3 curls, clamp, and then send it back. Going to do the same thing on the other end and do 2 to 3 curls, and then just bring it in the center. If you don't have a defined center like this roll of Deco Mesh does, just use your cutting mat, and it's really easy to find where your 10 inches are, and I like collecting right in this little square. Clamp the whole thing, put it to the side, roll my little curl, take the ribbon that goes with it, place the curl and the ribbon right in the center of the Cruffle, grab the pipe cleaner, and as you can see, it's in a V, and we're going to just put it straight down. In the back, I do like to give it a little tug, 2 or 3 twists. What a gorgeous Cruffle. Next, let's do the red one, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to make 2 to 3 curls with the Deco Mesh rolling away from the table. Clamp it, and let's roll the other side. Bring it together, and then I'm just going to do a big old clamp right here so I can roll the curl. And now I'm going to use the red and white candy stripe ribbon. Place that in the center. Pipe cleaner, pull everything back. A few good twists. And look at that, how beautiful. Now let's put these together. This is what our wreath is going to look like. At this point, I'm going to put something funny on my computer because I'm in the mood to laugh a little bit. And then I'm just going to continue making my Cruffles. And by the way, the curls that I'm making on both edges are about 1 inch in diameter. I'm done with all my Cruffles, and I just divided my red ones on one side, the green ones on the other side, so it's easier to attach them. In each section, we are attaching 5 Cruffles. I like to put my wreath base upside down, so I'm working from the back because I'm just going to be attaching basically. Since I have 2 colors, I'm going to go every other color, and I'm going to attach to rows 2 and 3, the 2 center rows. And now I'm going to do the red, and as you can see, working from the back is so much easier. A few twists, and then I like to kind of curl it behind. This part goes really quick. All that hard work of putting the Cruffles together, that was basically the hardest part of the wreath. Now we're just going to enjoy ourselves and attach all the cruffles. This is one section, my friends, and don't forget, it's going to get squeezed from the sides and it's going to be gorgeous and compact. We see all that beautiful deco mesh, and then at the end, we're going to make sure some of that ribbon shows up too. I am halfway done with this wreath. Look how big and beautiful these are. All of these traditional colors are really making me jolly right now. And here comes the last one. This was so much fun. Let's just twist this in place and flip it. Oh, how gorgeous. Let's grab the sign. Push it in a little bit. I think that will look good. The sign has 2 holes on top. Let me just take this jute cord out. And I'm thinking we should remove the price also. That came off nicely. Since we have the 2 holes on top to connect the sign, I'm going to put one at the bottom because the 2 are just not going to be enough. And I always like to use my crocodile using the smaller end. And just like that, I made a hole right there at the bottom center. Next, I'm going to grab some floral wire. And you want to make sure that your wire is anywhere from 10 to 12 inches in length. I always double mine because I seem to always buy the ones that are more flimsy, or I simply just don't feel comfortable using single layer. I'm not quite sure, but I am going to get 3 of these and attach in the back. Okay, let's flip. I usually like to do light twists when I attach the first time. The sign is in. I like the way the sign is tucked in. Now I'm going to go ahead, lock all of that floral wire in place, and I like just wrapping it around the wreath base itself. Before we make everything beautiful in the front, let's take care of the back and make sure we have a hanging loop. I'm just going to use the jute cord we took off the sign. Make sure that when you're making the loop, it doesn't go outside of your wreath. So I like to kind of take it in an inch or so. Make a knot, cut off the excess, and then I'm going to pull through the front, making sure that the knot is in the back. Grab my placemat. I'm going to take 3 zip ties, lay them out in the triangle, really doesn't matter where, and just start attaching to the outside row. And you don't have to make this super secure and tight, just tight enough. Cut off the tail and then send the nub to the back. If you're selling the wreath, I always say that it's a great opportunity to attach your business card in the back. All right, I have that taken care of. And now we're going to work on the front. And on the front is really simple. We want to make sure our cruffles not squished in anywhere, number 1. Number 2, we're going to work on that ribbon. Right now, everything is just everywhere. And if you like it this way, that is absolutely fine. I think it's beautiful the way it is. But what I like to do is for the ribbon to show up a little bit better, we're going to see if we can move it to the front. We're going to put that ribbon flat to the top of the wreath. We're going to bring it up and make sure that that ribbon sticks out. And I'm going to go all around the wreath, pulling it out, making it flat to the surface. Some of it can be straight. This wreath was so easy to make. Just do the cruffles, add some ribbon, 5 per section, and you are all done. In diameter, this wreath measures around 23 inches. These little sunshines are my world. My friends, if you enjoyed this video tutorial, don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials like this if you are not subscribed already. If you are someone coming back to my channel, I'm sending you all big hugs because you have been the support system to basically me coming back again and again every week. Now, I would like to remind you also to go ahead and click on that playlist for more gorgeous Christmas wreaths. With that being said, these two are going to say bye-bye and have a beautiful and blessed day. Somebody want to say bye? No high five to mama today? Bye, guys.